The article says Jay-Z's Roc Nation and Caesar Casino proposal faces scrutiny amid serious allegations. Jay-Z's Roc Nation put up a proposal, a $5 billion proposal with Caesar's Palace or Caesar's Entertainment, and SL Green. It says the ambitious $5 billion proposal for the casino in Times Square, backed by Jay-Z's Roc Nation, is under intense scrutiny following the serious allegations of criminal activity against Roc Nation. Critics are questioning the wisdom of Caesar Entertainment's partnership with the company now associated with claims of money laundering, racketeering, and human trafficking. Serious allegations against Jay-Z's Roc Nation are here. Recent legal filings have brought to light troubling accusations against Roc Nation, including a lawsuit by Terrence Dixon, which alleges that the company has engaged in a pattern of criminal behavior. The lawsuit details claims of money laundering and racketeering, suggesting that Roc Nation personnel coordinated financial cover-ups and laundered illicit proceeds through corporate accounts. This has raised alarms among community members and stakeholders regarding the potential implications for the proposed casino. It says some of the more serious allegations in the legal filing include, quote, the pleadings set forth specific acts by Roc Nation personnel, including coordination of financial cover-ups, laundering of illicit proceeds through corporate accounts, and the provision of resources to conceal ongoing criminal conduct. The Broadway community has emerged as one of the most vocal opponents of Jay-Z's casino project. Critics argue that the casino could exacerbate existing issues of congestion and crime in Midtown Manhattan. They fear the association with Roc Nation, which is now perceived by many as a criminal organization, could turn the casino into a beacon for gangs and crimes, further complicating the neighborhood's dynamics. So the people that are in power, that have the decision, and they can make the call to say yes or no on approving this casino, they feel like Roc Nation is possibly a criminal organization centered around money laundering. And I think a lot of that has to do with the people that are working there. Obviously, Jay-Z being a guy that his drug dealing history is well known. He always claims to be, through song and different things like that, he claims to be a kingpin that never got caught. 92 bricks, all this different stuff. Like, you guys know the lines, you guys know the songs, we all know it. So obviously that's a red flag for people that are not from that world and people that are trying to do legitimate business. And especially when we talk about billions of dollars being moved and casinos being open, the gaming commission, all these people are going to look at it and say, we got to take a serious look at these people's backgrounds. Then you have Desiree Perez, which I'm going to talk to you guys about who she is and why her background is so crazy in a second. But you have these people, the people working there, and then Juan Perez, who's Desiree Perez's husband. Like, all the people that work with Jay come from that world, allegedly. Like, so the people surrounding him, as well as him, make it look crazy. A public hearing held recently highlighted the divide in opinions regarding the casino's proposal. Supporters argued that the project would create jobs, boost tourism, enhancing Times Square's status as a global entertainment hub. However, opponents, including Broadway leaders, warned that Roc Nation affiliated casinos could harm the character of the area and lead to increased crime rates. Instead of a global entertainment hub, the casino would instead serve as a human trafficking and money laundering front, opponents argued. That's crazy. So people that are down there saying, they say, man, you don't want to just start this casino. Y'all trying to launder money or human traffic. Something's going on behind the scenes. And with everything that's happened, obviously with Diddy and that case and everything that's been happening in the news with Epstein and all the other stuff that's been going on, you want to be on the right side of history, I'm assuming, if you're one of these Broadway people or one of the people that have a say-so. You don't want to be one of the people that voted yes and it turns into something else later. So they're being extremely critical and they don't want this to happen. So the Roc Nation partnership is seen as a liability. As the debate over the Caesar Palace Times Square casino proposal intensifies, the partnership with Roc Nation is increasingly seen as a liability. With serious allegations hanging over the company, the future of this ambitious project is now in question, leaving both supporters and opponents awaiting the next steps in this unfolding saga, the article reports.
Thank you. As you can tell by Des's accent, she's from the Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn. this is what New York really looks like. The programs and things that we've done, and not to highlight what we would like to do with the casino, but something we've been doing 21 years with the scholarship, the job fair. We're 6 years into reform. These are things that we do naturally because it's who we are. So the alignment with Caesars and SL Green, it was important for us that these things are included. Obviously I came up through sports and entertainment, sports too. I built my career around entertainment and culture. And again,
I'm looking at the body language of the other people in the room when Jay is talking. And when I'm looking at everybody else's body language, I'm not seeing everybody else is very tall posture. Jay is very I'm from Brooklyn and she's from the Bronx. And like you don't see the confident Jay that we know. Right? And so I think that's a little weird for me looking at. I don't know how you guys perceive that. But I'm looking at Desiree Perez right next to him, and she almost seems annoyed, waiting for him to finish speaking.
Again, homegrown talent from Brooklyn in the Bronx. And, the things that he's built within New York. And in Times Square being the perfect place for us. I think that
this feels weird to me.
Trying to reserve myself from it's a very good idea. Very good alignment for us to.
This seems like, and I'm going to show you guys in a second, this whole thing right here seems like to me, Jay-Z, you're the cultural face of this. So we're going to bring you in to give us some star power and give us some celebrity to people that might oppose us. So they might be a little, so the people that are voting on this might get a little starstruck and be like, man, we could do this with Jay-Z. And I'm going to show you something that Roc Nation representatives said to some people that they were trying to pay and give donations to. And they referenced Jay-Z celebrity and specifically Beyonce celebrity to leverage this to go the way they wanted it to go. But I want to play that in a second, but I want you guys to keep watching right here. Check it out.
Fulfill the promise of Times Square. And it goes beyond gaming for us. If you look at the work that we've done, even with the NFL and how we've presented culture to the NFL, there was never a hip hop artist to headline Super Bowl until we bought that.
That don't mean anything to the casino bid, bro.
I think we bought the NFL their first Emmy in the live sector, and I think we got 5 or 6.
We have 5, and we've just nominated for 4.
You see how Desiree Perez can't wait to cut him off and speak, and he keep looking at her like, am I saying it right? Am I saying the right thing? Is this okay? You good? We good? And I never see you. Maybe this is how Jay always conducts himself in meetings, and he just lets his representatives speak for him. Or maybe Jay is not as much the brain. I don't know. Maybe he's not as much the brains of the operation as the people around him are just really smart people. Maybe he would say that. I don't know. But I don't see confidence. I'm trying to say everything right so I don't get in trouble. And I want to make sure that I don't mess everything up. And I'm just here to be the face. And y'all said that I could just put my name on it. And Jay has been accused a lot of being the face of black people in these business rooms solely because all black people listen to him especially when it comes to like, well, let me not say all black people, hip hop community, black people listen to Jay-Z and look to him as a leader. So he leverages that in business rooms. And that's his biggest leverage outside of his relationship, his marriage to Beyonce. So when you have to get in there and start speaking from the merit of where you stand, I don't know how Jay-Z conducts himself in most meetings, but in this meeting, it seems I just see a serious lack of confidence.
And within our stand, and we just beginning there as well. So, and also when we come into a space, particularly like Broadway, we're not coming to compete with Broadway. We're coming to add. We're coming to be additive. Anything that we've done in the past, we've always included the community. We've never excluded the community. So for us, it's important. One of the first calls I made, and it's public now. You already talked about your undercover people on the floor and told the whole world. So I'll tell. One of the first calls we made was to Bob that I made, another Brooklynite, Bob Iger, because it was important for us to talk about the Lion King being involved with this building.
Lion King is obviously a huge Broadway play. I went to see it on Broadway, one of the best plays. If you ain't seen it, me and my wife went to see it. I took her for her birthday. Man, one of the best plays ever. But anyways, I want you guys to pay attention. Here's something I want to note while you're listening to Jay speak. Notice how every move that he's made over the last 5 to 10 years seems to have been in order to have this meeting right here, in order to leverage this meeting right here. So he can go in there and say, we've done the NFL, we've done the Super Bowl, we've done this. Even when he says the Lion King thing, his daughter and Beyonce being the voice of the live action Lion King movie, right? And his daughter Blue being a voice actor on there too. And you guys seen them at the Mufasa red carpet premiere and all these different things. We always like, why is Jay there? He ain't in the movie. Now we see. And this is what I say. Everything is an optical illusion. Everything is a business decision. And Jay has been accused of this a lot. Everything is a business decision for Jay. It's never that it's just he's just doing something just to do it. It's all leading up to something else. And it seems like every move that he's made, everything that he's leveraged, when people think that, oh, he's just doing it because he loves the community or he just doing it because of this. Nah, bro. Too many people have said Jay has made these moves just because it's a good business decision for him personally. So when you hear these money laundering allegations and you hear all these different things around and you see Desiree Perez, the way she's looking at him, even look right here in this video. Look how she's looking at him right now. Like when you see her demeanor, and when I tell you guys the backstory on what she got going on, which is crazy, it make you go, is Jay in debt to somebody? Like, do Jay owe a debt to somebody, or is Jay being forced to be the face of stuff, or is like, does he have to make certain moves? Is he? I don't know. It make you question everything though, because maybe I just watched too much Ozarks.